What's going on? I'm zmoT, and this is War Factory Day. I'm going to be a bit muted today because I'm recording from a moving vehicle. Just had an announcement right in the middle of my first attack. So first off, I'll show you what War Factory looks like. This is what we're dealing with. Now we've got these shock launchers have no damage close to them, so nothing's going to remove them. We can't use universal remote to get rid of them. There's not enough damage back by these rocket launchers back here either. So that's no universal remote on the left-hand side because bad things will happen. Which means that I'm going to try to go right into this gap where this dude is standing, and because the shock launchers don't range there, which means that we need to get rid of a couple mortars. And then I'll just use my GBE on these rocket launchers. I'll show you their health in a second, but for now, I'm going to show you my terrible first attack. Got wrecked by the lasers there. Got the one mortar down, which was good. Tried to double tap and didn't even get this first one out. Then wasted a barrage and then used my GBE back here. So first attack was just straight up awful. Let's show you some health on these things. So I won't be able to barrage 66,000. That's just too much for my baby GBE. Whereas the what is this? They started with about 51,000, so I should be able to barrage those without much difficulty. So I'm gonna have to get rid of the lasers up here, but I need to get rid of at least a couple mortars first. So hopefully we can do that in a bit more less crappy kind of way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Let's keep our delay this time without getting wrecked by lasers. Now we should be able to double tap this actually. Let's just do that because I can see that the second one there is the most damaged by a significant margin, so we should be able to just double tap and call it a day. That's exactly what we're after. So we've got the 3 mortars down that we needed. I don't think we'll need a heck of a lot more than that. I mean, we'll find out in a second, but I think we're gonna get that. There we go. Mortar goes down. That's step 1. We're gonna throw a couple barrages and artilleries on these rocket launchers. I'm gonna save a bit of GBE to try to before it gets too expensive. And then we're just going to go up and try and get rid of these lasers. I don't know how terribly well that's going to work, but we will find out here in a second. We've already lost our delay with those. Yes, we have. We've lost our delay with those. So I'm just going to drop right into here, and we'll just straight up shock this stuff. Nothing fancy. And the reason why I'm not using smoke is because our smoke is already too expensive from when we used Everspark. So really need this laser to go down before I would lose all my troops. There we go. And run away. Hopefully get another artillery in the process. Yes, we did. That worked out pretty well. Had just enough GBE by the skin of our teeth, and we're moving right along. That first attack was pretty awful, but now we've got lasers down. I got a nice hole back here to stand in. And I mean, these grapplers might be a little bit on the annoying side, but they're not going to draw any lasers to shoot at us, so I mean, we should be okay once we get rid of this stuff. I'm going to actually load brick. Oh man, my endless reserves have expired. That is tragic. So that's going to make this attack a little bit... I'm glad I didn't lose all my troops, actually. So let's... Maybe we're going to do no reloads. We will find out. Let's have a look. Still have 3 attacks and most of this stuff is down, so let's not mess with a lot of this stuff. I'm going to get rid of a couple sniper towers too. Probably not really required, but I'm just thinking that what else can we get rid of? I mean, that sniper tower is probably going to poach onto what... We might as well just, like, at this point, we're just clearing for the eventual hit. So let's do that. Let's get Everspark back to loaded. Hopefully I don't forget that she's loaded. Now I'm going to use basically 2 smokes here. Totally cut down the amount of GBE we're going to use. There's going to be grapplers behind. 4 grapplers at a time is going to be interesting for sure. Let's get rid of that. We'll use the rest of our GBE over here. Hopefully my voice isn't too muted. I'm trying to be quiet. There's people all around me looking at me like I'm crazy already. Now, Let's clear some mines just to get our path a little bit better. Now it's just a core hit. I mean, it's a big core hit, so we're probably going to have to clear. I might just clear I might clear those grapplers. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do here, but it's going to be a bit tricky. What can we do here? We can go, I wonder if we could have barded these out. Did not look at the health. Let's see how much damage we do on these. Nope, don't bard those out. Bad idea. Although we could just, no, forget that, not doing it. Now, let's just throw it on these cannons and we'll hope for the best. There's people just walking by like crazy. This is ridiculous. Okay, so now on to attack number, need to get brick. There we go, brick coming in. Now, let's use brick. I'm a little bit worried about, let's have a look here. These lasers might, if you used Everspark, it might be a problem with these lasers. So that's my general reasoning for not. Let's just get going. Really wishing I had endless reserves right about now. Why am I using a smoke right now? That doesn't make any sense. Just don't take brick and we'll be okay. It is incredibly loud here. I'm hoping that that's not going to come through on this. Now I want to move a little bit further along than where I initially planned. I'm going to clear this general area just out of fear that there's just the amount of health that's required to do all this is just way. Oops, I'm going to get wrecked by that mortar a little bit. Come on, brick. Come on, brick. I'm probably going to have to do another. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do another attack because my troops are just straight up attacking random things, which is not recommended. There we go. Not off to a terribly hot start, but we should be okay now that we've got this hole opened up. Obviously going to have to come back with some more troops, but at least we've got a good hole opened up. Let's get rid of that cannon right there just because. Oh, laser in range, so that's going to be something we have to keep in mind for sure. Okay, that's a bit of a rough hit. Started out smoking shore when there was no need to smoke shore. Now I got to spend diamonds. I haven't spent diamonds on troops in months and months and months. That is not intentional, by the way. My endless reserves just straight up expired. That's not something that I intended to have happen. But I can't renew right now because we've already started. So I'm going to go right to about the corner of where that, let's do that, right to the corner of where that crate was. Man, it's loud here. I can't even believe how loud it is here. Let's go right into here and we'll just drop our smoke just to get the ladies in a nice consistent spot. We can gap smoke here for sure, as long as the ladies cooperate. Yes, they are. Now, realistically, you probably don't want to throw that last smoke, but I just wanted to see about where they would sit, because I'm a little bit worried, I will admit. Battle orders, shock. Oh, just gonna get wrecked by that mortar, but only a little bit, I think. Not a ton, so we should be okay in that regard. Battle orders again. I really hope this goes down. If not, it's going to be incredibly embarrassing. Let's keep the shocks going just. And the reason for that is I just want to keep those grapplers from taking my troops one time. Might have considered bringing some riflemen, but those left-hand side lasers probably would have been a factor. So. And at this point, we're losing 1-2 troops every second or so. Not a ton, but still, let's just do one more shock, just to keep the amount of our DPS as high as possible. Come on. Come on. Here we go. I think we're in good shape, but just not overall, not great attacks, that is for sure. But I feel like that almost is better because it helps people realize that they can do this if they're a little bit unsure. I mean, I had probably one decent attack, which was my final one. The rest of them were totally subpar. So I hope that helps. I hope the background noise isn't overly awful, and I have a great day. And let me know in the comments if you get it or not, or if you did something else, or if you manage to universal remote those shock launchers or rock launchers. I'm very interested to hear it. So that's all I got, and peace.